It transcends its pharmacology and its botany, its medicinal and curative tradition, and its Amazonian roots. It is as much of an experience of mind and body as it is also a journey of spiritual healing and meaning. What am I referring to, one may ask? Well, I'm describing the notorious South American herbal concoction known as ayahuasca, which is what I will be focusing on in the following presentation. In doing so, I will discuss the chemical components of ayahuasca, its physical and psychological effects, and most importantly, I will concentrate my presentation on the Shipibo Indians and how this indigenous Amazonian basin tribe specifically utilizes this truly remarkable plant mixture. In the Quechuan language, the word ayahuasca is translated as the vine of the soul. And for good reason, too, for it has a rich legacy of associated traditions, myths, therapies, and aesthetics because of both its healing and psychedelic properties. This can be mainly traced back to the liquid brew's primary ingredient, the Banisteriopsis capivine. Commonly found throughout the rainforest and jungle climates within the Amazon basin, this vine has a long history of uses as a medicine and plant teacher among the region's indigenous people. It is combined with the leaves of any variety of native plants, but usually it is combined with the Psychotria viridis or chacruna plant of the coffee family. When sections of the vine are boiled with the aforementioned chacruna plant, the resulting tea brew contains an extremely powerful hallucinogenic molecule called DMT, or dimethyltryptamine. A notable property of this is that neither of the ingredients cause any psychedelic effects when consumed alone. They must be consumed together in order to achieve the desired effect. The use of this powerful hallucinogenic concoction is an integral part of the cultures of many Western Amazonian indigenous groups, as it has been used by these peoples and their early civilizations for centuries. The effects of ayahuasca are unique in that they are highly dependent upon the context of ceremony, which includes traditional chants, songs, and of course the essential personality of the shaman. Though the use of ayahuasca as a tool to gain understanding and wisdom is one of its most prevalent uses, shamans in different tribes use different variations of the tea for varying purposes. The scope will now be narrowed to one particular tribe, the Shipibo Indians, who are prominently known as the Masters of Ayahuasca. The Shipibo are one of the largest ethnic groups in the Peruvian Amazon. They currently consist of nearly 35,000 people that live in over 300 villages scattered around the city of Pucallpa, which is the capital city of the Ucayali region in eastern Peru. Living along the Ucayali River and the related Oxbow lakes, the Shipibo people are primarily artisans, hunters, and fishermen, and some of them practice slash-and-burn agriculture. They are thought to have occupied the upper Peruvian Amazon area for about 1,000 years, and thus maintain a very strong tribal identity and actively practice many of their prehistoric traditions and beliefs, namely the usage of ayahuasca. A typical Shipibo village consists of a single matrilocal extended family containing 5 or 6 nuclear families and many times representing as many as 4 generations. A complex oral tradition regarding cosmology and shamanic practice is generally passed down through these generations. A vital aspect of this is the Shipibo's highly developed ceramic tradition. Their pottery is reflective of their unique animistic and ayahuasca-based cosmology, as ayahuasca and jungle animals, i.e. anacondas for example, are both commonly depicted in intricate, colorful designs. Made by only the women tribe members, who often work together on a single piece, the distinctive pottery is traded at markets and is used for cooking, eating, ceremonial purposes, and decoration. Traditional Shipibo religious views and cosmology are animistic. In their eyes, spirits reside in various living things, especially certain trees, animals, and also stars. An example of this view is their affinity for freshwater dolphins, who have a particular interest and aren't killed because of their capacity to inflict harm on humans and their overall intelligence. The present Shipibo culture is quite remarkable if you consider that they have withstood 300 years of contact with Europeans and Peruvians and the conversion of many Shipibos by Christian missionaries in the 1950s and 60s. In effect, though, the Shipibo's contact with the outside non-indigenous world, so to speak, has allowed the diffusion of knowledge of such practices as the ayahuasca ritual. There is no set time or age a Shipibo Indian partakes in an ayahuasca ritual, though it is primarily used for the following reasons: to gain protection from enemies, as a rite of passage and self-realization, to gain luck on hunting and fishing expeditions, to reap revenge on enemies, and as a curing ritual for sickness. The Shipibo shaman or curandero is critical to the ceremony, as shamans are highly spiritual and experienced individuals who begin their shamanist and ayahuasca initiation as young adolescents. This initiation includes sacred plant diets or dietas for months and years at a time in preparation for ayahuasca trips. A shaman must know how to bring about a vision, and they must be able to channel the animal spirits. The dieta, overseen by shamans who have experience in the area, is an integral part of the Shipibo Indians' ayahuasca ritual. Ranging from 1 week to 3 months, the dieta prepares individuals for the ceremony. It consists of eliminating meat, fats, sugar, salt, most dairy products, and abstaining from sexual activity. The ayahuasca session begins with the designated shaman blowing tobacco over the individual who is about to ingest the concoction. Tobacco is a very necessary component of the ceremony, as it protects against enemies and evil entities. In blowing the smoke, the shaman is asking the ayahuasca to give everyone a good spiritual journey. While exhaling, the shaman also sings traditional chants for good luck. Once the ayahuasca is ingested, the onset of the brew is around 20 to 60 minutes. Once the DMT molecule takes hold of its users, the short-term effects last anywhere from 4 to 8 hours of generally intense hallucinations and visions. In parallel with their animistic cosmology, the Shipibo Indians often report seeing giant anacondas, poisonous snakes, jaguars, and other jungle animals. Contrary to popular Westerner belief, not all uses of ayahuasca are peaceful. As I mentioned earlier, a function of ayahuasca taking is to reap revenge on enemies. There's a belief that taking ayahuasca permits one's soul to leave his body in the form of a bird, which can then fly to a distant enemy at night. Once there, the bird can change back into human form so he can destroy the sleeping enemy. An amazing concoction, ayahuasca holds many magical, spirit-boosting, and healing properties that are integral to the beautiful culture of Shipibo Indians. In all of its glory, ayahuasca is truly the vine of the soul.